Hello and good morning. We are back with the Bruno Man. And I don't know how many of you saw my other video, but I've been really busy on the property. I'm sorry, I am a farmer, I am a boat captain, I am a lot of other things other than just the social media thing, in which I love so much, sharing this time with you guys. Rerouted all of my power underground and up to a whole new pole and into the house and from the solar system. I have 2 solar arrays, and many of you probably know that I am off grid and well, I'm on grid and off grid, but I'm 95, 99% of my own power. So today, I want to talk about, number one, I want to talk about 2 different things, so don't let me forget the other one. Whatever you guys do, don't let me forget to finish with the other one, okay? I want to talk about, number one, how proud I am. Nobody's won any races yet. However, I just want to say how amazed and overwhelmed by the unwavering support, not of my channel, of all the channels, and your tenacity and your willingness to learn and your wanting to make a better world, and that desire of not just personal financial well-being, but mankind's personal financial well-being is at stake here. There's going to come a time, and I don't think every day that goes by, clearly that day is getting closer. And this is not a guess of mine. This is something the vision that I have for you and I and crypto and crypto enthusiasts. There's about to come a time when you and I are going to be the people that were in crypto before the institutional money. We were the families and the groups and the people that understood progress. We get, ooh, boy, that was close. He almost took the camera with him. We get where the ball is going. You and I understand technologies on a fundamental. We know where mankind's mind will be a year or 2 or 5 years from now. We can see the convenience of their life digitally becoming more and more important to them. We see that the younger generations have phones in their hands. They're going to want to simply be able to bank with their own phone, with a security network and with a secured wallet that will be able to pull that off for them. You and I have had this vision for many years. The rest of the world is starting to grasp it. They're starting to catch up. And what we're somewhat in competition with is total domination of AI doing all of that beyond our control. So you and I are in a position of understanding what blockchain means to us all and how we can take control of our own personal finances and not let something like a digital AI system control our lives going forward. I know CBDCs are coming, I get all that. That's not really the point I was trying to make there. But where I'm going with this is the beauty of what you and I understand is going to be generational wealth for you and I. Depend on the coins you own. If you're, like I say all the time, if you're in the top 50, if you've got a significant number of any one of those, your life is about to significantly change. You can't have someone like, Larry Fink come out. And I don't know if you guys heard the latest. Holy smokes, this is November 1st. The latest I just heard him say was, we're in a position of dumbbells now. Listen to this. Okay, dumbbell being the financial term for holding assets linked to the other end of the dumbbell being an asset. Well, he just came out and said that his dumbbell is shaped in the form of cash and Bitcoin. And I don't know if you guys saw, but Jamie Dimon just last week cashed out. I think he ended up with, I tried to get the number, it was 140 million. He sold 1 million shares. But I think it came to 140 million, which is not a lot, obviously, but that's a lot of money for a lot of people, obviously. But he's put all of it in cash. These guys see a cash system hanging in there for a while longer, is what that tells me, instead of going directly to CBDC. You had Christine Lagarde talk about that a couple of weeks ago, about how she was saying that the cash will always be here. We know that's a big lie, but, you know, I don't believe anything that woman says, but she did come out and say, so she can't pull the cord on that in the next 6 months, right? Well, she can. She's a politician, really, so they lie daily, I think. I don't know. But so when you listen to all that, you're saying, okay, well, the cash is, these guys are investing in cash right now. What does that tell you? Let's talk about what that means to you and I. If they're investing in cash, that means they still see more deflation in asset value. Except for they don't see it in what? Bitcoin, do they? They don't see deflation in crypto. They see deflation, and they don't see deflation in the US dollar. Huh. What kind of world would that paint to you? Oh, right. A collapsing of financial networks, of financial systems. How is it that the man who runs the largest retirement fund is telling everybody that a secure and safe product is Bitcoin? He runs a retirement fund that can't even purchase it yet. Do you think he's chomping at the bit here? What do you think is going on with that? He's stacking cash to do what? They're stacking cash to buy ETFs, maybe? Maybe. Buying Bitcoin? Definitely. Buying crypto? Certainly. Buying whatever's about to fall through the floor. What is currently falling through the floor? Well, let's see. Real estate's dropping at a pretty fast rate. Stocks. Right, stocks haven't done too well. Let's see, October was the worst month they've had ever. Literally, ever. Or in a very, very long time. So, cryptos are going up, stocks are going down, real estate's going down. We all know the fundamentals of life are to own assets. What are your assets? Well, they better be, even though real estate's falling down, they had better be in real estate, gold, silver, crypto, and a cash cow company, one that earns you an income. A side hustle, a business, something that earns you money somewhere along the line. That's the positions you need to be in right now. Those are true, real assets. Okay. Why are they only picking two? And I didn't even mention, cash is not an asset. Sorry. It's a means of exchange, which means what? They're setting up the means to make the exchange. So months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, whatever it might be, they're going to pull the trigger on something and spend the cash. Or they don't believe all the other global currencies are going to survive this, and they want to be in the global currency. One of the two options. I like door number one, because I think that's where they're going. I think they're going to buy real estate assets with a lot of this cash. I think they're going to buy it on leverage. I think they're going to buy it on pennies on the dollar. And I don't think that anybody that owns real estate should try and get out from under it. I would not do that unless has no value to you, and you don't believe in its future, I think that we're going to see a good-sized downturn. Again, none of this is financial advice, but I think we're about to see a big. There was an article came out yesterday that someone sent me that was really entertaining, and I'll just go over this really quick. About a 10% drop in real estate is mandatory coming in the next 30 days. And essentially it goes like this. These home builders have been able to offset the difference between a 4% loan and an 8% loan by deducting the price of the house to this level. In other words, if you're going to sell a house for $1 million, or you could sell a house for $900,000, you have to have a marketer. Somebody has to want to buy that house. Well, nobody wanted to buy the house. Why? Interest rates are too high. So they come in and they say, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to sell you the $1 million house, and we'll give you that 4% interest rate that you're looking at. Holy wow, I'll take it. Well, what did they really do? They had two choices. They could drop the price of the house to $900,000 and be out the immediate cash of it, or they could drop their interest rates, take the 4% loss until later down the road they can refinance it. This is something they've been doing, another financial hoop and shenanigan that they've been pulling off. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. And the bankers are all in on it because it does what? It keeps all the prices of the value of the homes at $1 million and doesn't allow them to drop to $900,000. Therefore, it's starting its avalanche south of prices. They're not able to do that any longer. That window of opportunity for the banking system is now closing, and the new builders are no longer getting those loan deals, if you will, on the underneath the table angle of this whole thing. No, what they're going to do now is they're going to start selling homes at 0% interest, probably 2 years from now, right? What's going to happen between now and then? A slow declining of interest rates or staying where it's at. But for the next 2 years, your retail price of the home in its value will be the diminishing of that big bubble that was created a year or two ago. And it's going to settle down, not pop, settle down and settle down, settle down. It's already down 20% across the board, right? It doesn't feel too bad at this point, unless you're the person trying to sell right now. And it's going to decline, it's going to decline, going to decline, while other bubbles, other asset bubbles, let's go back to the barbell. What is he in? He's in Bitcoin, and he's in cash, and he's in Bitcoin because Bitcoin's going to be going up. He's investing in it. He's creating this entire fund on it. He came out and he didn't just say Bitcoin, he said cryptos, and he's going to blow a massive bubble between now and 2 years from now. That massive bubble is going to be your crypto bubble. It's going to rip people's faces off. They're going to say to themselves, I can't believe my neighbor Allan down the street saw this coming and no one else did. That's you. That's you and I. We got that figured out. The beautiful thing, like I was talking in the beginning of the video, is then after 2 years of you blowing this thing up, real estate values declining slowly over the next 2 years until what happens? Those people like you and I who have the asset value has gone through the roof on our crypto, possibly our cash, because all other foreign cashes are declining. The value of the US dollar in proportion to other countries looks really attractive, so that you and I all of a sudden look like we're pretty wealthy. So what happens when assets increase in value? People become rich quick. And what happens to people that have never had money before, which is all of the people in crypto, 90% of the people in crypto right now, have never had money before, so they're going to spend it because they've created yet another bubble. This bubble will filter its way back into the community, into the economies of the world, because other currencies will be cheap compared to cryptocurrencies, and you're going to be able to buy a lot of real estate at a very low price. Then that cash will be pushed into real estate values, and 2 years from now, when I said it would go back to zero or headed south anyway, you will be back in a position of ready to blow the real estate bubble again. This is the pattern we're in. It's clear as day for me. I understand it. I get it. Now let's get back to where I was in the beginning of this. You and I are at this point where in your life you're going to be the guy in the club. You and I are in the club, by the way. You're a club member. You're a crew member, but you're a club member. And this club is going to be a community in which you and I have already formed. We've formed it with the other 10 channels that you've either followed or do follow and love and respect and appreciate. All of the people who are subscribers in those channels, and you and I, are all in the same club. That club being investors who got in before institutional money came to crypto. And once institutional money comes to crypto, again, it's going to be crazy numbers, going to rip your face off numbers over the next couple of years. But once institutional fat cat trillions, hundreds of trillions invest and settle into that big bubble, it's hard to get deals. It's impossible to get deals. And what you did is you bought the deal. You bought it when it was not even pennies on the dollar. You bought it at the perfect time. You and I have that in common. We have this club in which I'm talking about, where there's going to be more millionaires created than ever before in the history of mankind, all in a matter of a year or two. And you and I are going to be known as the new wealthy elites. That's who you are. That's where you're headed. Wear the hat well, my friends. That's who you are. That's where all big money knows it's going. You're in the way of their trillions. This means something to you because you get to change the difference of the world. You don't need to buy 3 helicopters and 2 yachts. You can change the value of the world. That's what I asked you to remind me of the end of the video. You and I are different people than Larry Fink. I'd like to believe. I've met a lot of Larry Finks. I've never met Larry. I've met many other people, okay? Billionaires, presidents. They are from a different cloth. Maybe some of you are of that cloth. I don't know. They don't resonate with me. Some of them do. Some of them are very benevolent people, and that's what I want to finish this video with. My son and I and my wife care a great deal about the human race. We care about people, we care about the future of their finances, and we care about the future of clean water and the food in which they eat. No one goes hungry would be a great plan for this world. Instead of, gee, we spent $2 trillion designing this great plane that doesn't fly anymore. Not my angle. That's kind of more their angle, not mine. I would like to make a difference. I'm not a spring chicken. I do grow food for people. And as many of you know, I don't talk about this much on this channel, but I feed people. I like to feed more people. I like people not to go hungry and people in my neighborhood. I've been hungry. I've been homeless. Well, I wasn't homeless. I lived out of my truck for a while. I've been there. I know what that feels like. I don't want anybody to go through that. ever. I know it will. I know it's part of growth. I know it's part of their lessons in life, and I get all that. But when you're hungry, there's nothing better than a warm meal. And I'd like to provide some of that for a lot of people. So I would like to thank you all for being Patreon members. I don't talk about what I do with the money of the Patreon or my, the ads that you have to suffer through on the YouTube channel. That's what we do with a percentage of all of the money beyond our expenses. We don't have any expenses. That's a beautiful thing. So we get to do more with more people, and you're a big part of that. And when you become in a situation to where you could possibly do what I'm doing now, get off grid, grow your own food for other people in your community, you will reap the rewards in which I currently feel the rewards of. And you and I will grow a bigger and better and greater world. And I really believe that the opportunity that crypto has created is going to do that more significantly than any other economic boom in the history of man, because of you, because of me. Because you're just like I am, because you care. You want to make a difference. And I'm not talking about saving the world. I'm talking about making a difference and being a kind human being who cares about all human beings, despite where their culture, where they came from, or what border they live on. I don't care about that. I care about they are same. You and I are same. In my eyes. And I know. There's all those people you don't like. You put them all in a pile and you don't like those people. I get it. I got that. I'm not trying to tell you to like everybody. I'm just trying to tell you that I do. And there's nobody that I want to leave behind. No one. And I'd like to do that sooner than later. But we have to be patient, and our time is coming. And I'm so thankful that you're part of it and that you believe in what my son and my wife are doing and what this channel means. And I hope that I share some wisdom and some blessings and some spirituality, and we have fun with it, and we learn, we grow, and prosper together. And let's remember, the motto of this channel is health, wealth, and happiness. And happiness is really a big one. So go out there and do whatever it is that makes you happy and get it done and have fun doing it. All right? Thanks for being with me, and love you all. Talk soon.